welcome back to my channel. It's Bank Holiday Monday today, so most people have today off. I'm going to have a relaxing day and thought I would show you what I eat in a day. I'm already thinking I need to change my usual breakfast because it's normally poached egg on toast, which I know is a bit boring, but instead I'm going to use up a few things. So I've got these 2 oranges here. I think I'll put it with some yogurt and crumble on some homemade flapjacks on top and maybe a little bit of golden syrup. I've also got some bread that needs to be used up, so I'll toast that and have that with some peanut butter. So I think that's going to be my breakfast. Okay, so orange is cut up. That could have been easier. I'm also just going to put this little bit of bread that's left over into the toaster. I think it is just one slice, yeah. Okay. There we go. All in all, I'm looking forward to this breakfast. I think it'll be really nice. And hopefully it'll keep me full until lunchtime. And after I finish that, I'm going to sort out my wardrobe for my weekly work outfits. It's only 3 to choose, but it has made my life simpler. It's definitely working. So I'm going to organise that in a bit and then crack on with my day. So I will show you the outfits once they've chosen, and then I'll make a start on lunch. I don't know what I'm going to do for lunch yet, but I'll make that decision when I get hungry again. So see you in a bit. So for one of my outfits, I'm thinking this yellow dress with a shirt underneath. I think the weather is going to be quite a bit cooler this week. That is a possible option. I might choose an extra outfit just on the off chance this doesn't work out for me. So let me go back to the drawing board. This is definitely going to be an outfit that I'll wear this week. Just a light shirt, blouse with white jeans. So yeah, I'll be really comfortable in that. Relatively cool at the same time as relatively warm, depending on how the weather is going to be. So that's a definite. Another absolute definite is this dress stroke top, long top. I'm wearing a pair of black leggings today, and my other black pair of leggings is currently drying in the wash, but that's how I'll wear it. It's just black leggings underneath and then this top. Okay, so if all else fails, I will go for black jeans with a white cami and then this shirt sort of worn more like a jacket rather than a shirt, so I won't do it up. I'll leave it loose. And that way, if I get really hot, I can take it off, but it's also a bit of a cover up as well in case it's a bit chillier. So hopefully that is my outfit sold. for the week. Today is actually turning out to be a really grey day. And it is quite a bit cooler as well. So I am definitely going to just stay in and not go out. Well, I do have to go out, I have to visit my mum, but I'm not going to go out window shopping or anything like that, or even food shopping. I'm just going to make do with what I've got in the cupboards and the fridge. And that got me thinking about the bread that I just used, so I'm going to make myself some bread for the rest of the week, and I'm going to begin with getting the ingredients out. What am I missing? Salt and sugar. This yeast you don't need to put into water to begin with, so I'm just going to measure out the flour first. Two tablespoons of sugar, a touch of salt, well, a good pinch of salt, and finally I'm going to weigh the water, which is 360 grams, if I remember correctly. So before I go out and visit my mum, I thought I would mention some of the books I've been reading. Last week I mentioned I had a few books to finish off, and one of those books is Cornwall's Stonehenge, a novel of 2000 BC. This book was recommended from a friend and I've been trying to get through it so I can return it to her. But the story follows three brothers, all of very different temperaments, and if you're familiar with Cornwall's books, then you know the hero is the one who doesn't abuse power when all around him do, and how the hero overcomes injustice and violence to defeat his foes and becomes respected among the people who will follow him. Ultimately, this is his formula that is then applied to different moments in time, and this story is no different, apart from it's also a fictional story about the creation of Stonehenge. It has been a very enjoyable read, a bit slow to begin with, but once the unlikable characters start to get their comeuppance, you want to read on. A good book recommended from my friend, and I haven't got that much further to go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to the end of that. Another book I've been reading is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I mentioned this book a while ago that I wanted to read it because I was also wanting to read Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which is another book which came out recently, I think just a few months ago, and it looks really good. But I think they're very different in genres. So Blue Sisters follows the story of four sisters, one of whom has sadly passed away, and it's the fallout of all of the sisters and how it impacts their lives. All the sisters have very different temperaments, much like in Cornwall's book, and very different interests, very different careers. So I'm intrigued to see where this story is going. We know that one sister has died, so what is going to come after that traumatic event in their lives? So yeah, really enjoying this, and we'll hopefully get that finished by the end of this week. And finally, last week I made a throwaway comment about the garden book I was reading, or was about to read, The Botanic Garden by Ambra Edwards. I said that I thought it was going to be a lovely coffee table style book read, and that just wasn't the case with the book. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but the message is very powerful and important. Basically, it makes the argument as to why these botanical gardens are so important and why they are more than just beautiful places to visit. The conservation work, not only to care for the plants, but to understand their properties, what they bring to the earth, but also what their medicinal qualities are to us as human beings, as well as to animals. The message is very clear that we should be caring for our plants as compassionately as we care for our animals, meaning that those that go extinct can have repercussions for us. They could be holding secret cures for diseases which we already die from, or diseases that we are yet to encounter. It is this incredible research which is currently being undertaken at these botanical gardens. The book is also about the individual botanical gardens around the world and about the conservation work which takes place in them. It was a really enlightening read that made me look at plants in a whole new way. So I didn't want to leave it as just a beautiful book to look at. It's a beautiful book with a very important message, so I would definitely recommend picking that one up to read. So I'm going to head off now to go see my mum, and hopefully when I get back the bread would have risen. I can then knock it back and put it into the tin for its final proof and then bake, which would be great. As you can see, I don't need the dough. I just let it do its thing in the bowl, and it seems to work. So why put extra effort in when it's not needed? I thought I had explained why I was in a different top, which is because I got rained on when I went to visit my mum, and the beginnings of me preparing the salad. Unfortunately, I didn't actually record any of that. I'm blaming hunger. So I'm going to take you back to what I did manage to record on creating this. So while you watch that, I will enjoy this. Everything is cooked now, so I'm just going to put it all together and make up my salad because I am hungry now. So this is what the sweet potato is looking like, nice and soft, a little bit charred, but it's now cooled down. So I'm going to add it to some leaves. And my not so appetizing look lentils, but they are a very good source of protein, so they will be good as well. So let's put it all together. The lentils can go straight in. Ooh. Sweet potato and red pepper. And onto my bread. I'm loving the yeast and the fact that it's just expanding and expanding. I'm going to get this in the oven to bake now. I do not know what is wrong with me today. Again, I didn't film me putting on the olive oil or the little sprigs of thyme or the salt. Anyway, here is the finished article of the bread before it goes into the oven, and I'm going to cook that for 40 minutes. just got back from work and I realised that I didn't sign off last night's video, and I want to edit it today or this evening, so thought I would sign off here and say thank you so much for watching. I do have a little light snack from my focaccia bread that I made earlier yesterday. I put it with some mozzarella cheese and some sun-dried tomato paste, so I've got that to look forward to, and then I'm going to get on with some editing. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a nice weekend ahead of you, and I will see you next week. Thank you, bye.